one to show off. This is a build for my buddy Kyle, his second build. We have got a blacked out, then scuffed line build. So, wanted a black line with the background black as well. So it took a long time. I had the aids to dial a bit, hit it with some paint, let it dry, hit it with some paint, let it dry, and then clear coat. So I like the contrast on it. It actually pops a little bit more because this is more of a matte finish. And then whenever you're sanding on it and you're putting some wear into it, you know, it does have that kind of matte-esque look. So a nice little pop for it, being brighter and glossy. So we did a black handset, and then I did a ghosted seconds hand, which is super tough to see, but there it is. No loom dot in there. And then loomed around this. I believe he wanted blue loom. I think that whatever loom you wanted, we did the right loom, buddy. I think it was blue. Yeah, so we got blue going on around there. So black case that we went back and side scuffed it. Same thing with the bezel. I filled the numbers and the accents with black paint and then went back after it dried and then did partial scuff on it. You can add scuff to this if you want. I like to go up the lines a little bit, go up the sides a little bit. Doing it on the bracelet's a little bit tougher, so got to put a little bit of a bend in it and kind of hit him so you can see where I did that across. So got some engraved clasp for him for his quote. Real low profile exhibition case back there. I don't know why my phone never really knows what I'm trying to show. It's like that. You want to zoom in on a finger, right? Man, it's still not even really doing it very well. Lower profile exhibition case back. Got a black rotor in there. Stainless steel movement holder in there as well. So black engineered, cerakoted as well. So everything's cerakoted in black and then put back together. And then custom, I said custom scuffed. It's not necessarily custom. It's just it's scuffed however it's scuffed, and that's the right way it's supposed to scuff, right? And that's the way it turns out. So did a little bit on the sides. You can see there. A little bit there. So some 400 grit or 220 grit sandpaper. Just put on there and just drag. So you can see I kind of did a little bit of scuff there. On these higher sides, it's going to come right off. So if you go that and you just zip down it, that's going to come right off. Where something like this, you might have to pull a couple times before you get what you want it to look like. So if you want to add some, it's not necessarily that hard. If you just want to wear it the way it is, and if you hit it against something, then you just add to it. But there you go. It looks like it's been through some stuff, man. But the dial on it's perfect. So I like that kind of look to him. So that is your build, man. I hope you like it. As always, these bezels are held on with a tension ring, so it will turn left, it'll turn right. Now, with this style of bezel, it does not come. It's kind of flush. I mean, right there, I guess it would touch. So what I'm getting at is it's kind of tough to just accidentally bump it unless you're actually hitting it, because you're not going to do it from the sides. Hey, if you can get your thumb kind of wrapped around there, you can turn it just a hair. But so it'll turn left, it'll turn right. Just head on with the tension ring, just adjust it back wherever you like. Automatic mechanical, so you can wind it, you can wear it, you can put it in a watch winder. But if it's dead, or you're not going to be very active, you want to pre-wind it just a little bit, just to make sure it's not stopping on you while you're wearing it throughout the day. And how you do that is you back the crown off the threads until you hear it and feel it clicking. You also feel a little bit of play in there. But at that point, you can wind, and a wind is a turn away from you. Instead of doing it like this, it doesn't hurt to go backwards, and you can keep your spacing out pretty good. So I just do this for 4 or 5 seconds before I put a watch on. If you do it something closer to 15-20 seconds, you will max out your 31+ hour power reserve, which is what I do to make sure that these are running the next day. because I'm not wearing around and sizing your watch and making sure it's working. And if you pull it to the one end only click, you can now set your time. Now it's got a wobble crown, so it's going to deflect lateral pressure pushing against that stem and going into the movement. So it's just going to deflect that by not transferring it. So to help with that, I actually just kind of pull on it, just to kind of keep making sure I'm not pushing and prying on it. I'm just kind of holding it where it needs to go. Now you can go from winding it to setting the time, but you cannot go from setting the time back to winding it. If you get it back down here, it's not winding, it's not setting the time. You need to reset the clutch by screwing it all the way back down. Okay, Google, what time is it?
It's 12:35 p.m.
12:35 p.m. It also makes it nice and easy to go right back over. You just push that back over until that goes against those and just start screwing it down. There you go, sir. That is your build. Did a little bit of scuff action on there. It's a lot easier to do it around this, around the crown. But over time, just putting pressure on it, maybe even on the sides of this. So I did a little bit of line action on there. So over time, just by manipulating it, you will wear down around the edges anyway. So they're already kind of worn down for you. So it's just going to act more the part over time. So as always, these come with matching beads. Now I can't scuff these beads, but these will stay nice and pretty, kind of like the dial. And same thing with these right here. As you're scuffing and you're bringing more of that silver out, it will go with those ones. So there's your build, man. Also, custom dial matching box. I was able to get your cards ahead of time. So we had a card shortage for a while with COVID. So cards included in the box. Warranty on that. For you guys who have never bought a watch from me, I double the manufacturer's warranty on it since I'm manipulating that movement. And I have very, 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 very low issue. I've done 555-ish, 6, 7, 8 builds. And had a few people magnetize them. But actual movement issues, only had a few. Every once in a while you get a quality control issue that isn't caught in that 24 hours I do before I send out a watch after I've built it. So, but in case there ever is, I handle all that, so no worries there. With this watch will come watch clearance is good on all glass and metal parts of this whole watch. Non-streaking, non-toxic, non-residue. And you also have some fine scratch remover in there. This is Novus 2 from Amazon repackaged. Very similar to Polywatch. This is an acrylic glass and you can scratch it. And that might go with the look of this. So if you scratch it and you want to keep it on there, cool. If you want to buff it out, put a tiny bit on there. Buff against it, filling that scratch up, utilizing your included microfiber. I used to have black ones, but I ran out, and minimum order is 100, so, or 1,000, not 100. I'd buy 100. So you get an orange one. That said, buff against that, fill in that scratch. Only use what you need because the rest is going to soak into that rag and it's going to get pushed around. You don't want to push it down inside the bezel. So that's it, man. That's your build. I hope you like it. Appreciate you reaching back out to me and getting yet another build. And if you want me to build you something custom and unique, reach out and I will see what I can do. And if you want to continue to see videos like this, like and subscribe as I put them up all the time. Thanks for hanging out.